Good evening, dear parents and dear students. Welcome to this session. We are not even a week away from an exciting exam, NEET 2026, right? So let's go into some of the details that we have here for the countdown to NEET 2026. My name is Lakshmi Murthy, biology teacher and academic head at base Mysore, and a warm welcome to this session, right? So without further delay, let's begin this countdown orientation for NEET 2026. ನಂಗೆ PPT ಹೇಗೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ Let's begin first with respect to the admit card. Right, so admit card, all of you are aware, can be downloaded from the NTA NEET website. This is the same website you applied for NEET 2026, and you can admit it from the same website. Now this particular admit card, in case you are unable to download the NTA NEET admit card, then you can contact this helpline, and the helpline is 01169227700 or 01140759000. Make sure that you have somebody in charge of contacting the helpline between 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. You can ask one of your family members to help out with respect to this contact, because we do not want you to waste your time in trying to contact the helpline. Or you can also write an email. Students, please make a note. This time the email address for any kind of queries has been changed. From the past few years, it was a common email address, but this time there is a new email address, which is neetug2026@nta.ac.in. Of course, this information is available on the information booklet. So in case you are not able to download the admit card, please try it, particularly after 12 in the night to around 4 in the morning. You find that it is easier to download, but during peak hours, the server might get a little bit busy and you might find it difficult to download the entire admit card. Correct? Now, in case after you download the admit card, you find some discrepancy. Let's say your name is wrong, or maybe there is a mismatch in the photograph and your name. Any discrepancy that you notice, maybe you have chosen English as your medium, but maybe it has come as, let us say, Tamil, or it has come as Hindi. There is some mismatch or some discrepancy. Please approach the helpline immediately. But NTA is very clear that even if there is an error in the admit card, you can actually take the incorrect admit card itself to the center on May 3rd. But NTA in the background will make sure that the details are corrected. So I repeat again, in case there is any discrepancy or mismatch in the details in the admit card, please do not worry. Contact the helpline immediately. You can also take the same erroneous admit card to the exam center and you can easily write the exam. It will not affect your scores. It will not affect you giving the exam. Of course, in the information booklet, they have not said that you can also contact the agency by email, but I would suggest that if there is a discrepancy, then in that case, please send the confirmation page of your application and the downloaded error filled admit card, the erroneous admit card, send both of them as an attachment and mention in the email what the errors are and where you would want the corrections. I'll repeat again, though it is not mentioned in the information booklet, apart from contacting the helpline, I would definitely request all of you who have an erroneous admit card to send a copy of your application confirmation page as well as the erroneous admit card as attachment, and please make a list of the errors and send it to NTA. It will definitely help, right? But you can always attend the exam with the erroneous admit card. Now, it's also important, dear students, that your downloaded admit card, the confirmation page of your application, as well as the scorecard which will come somewhere in the mid of June, please retain a downloaded version of all these three, the confirmation page, the admit card, as well as the scorecard, and please make sure that you retain these copies till almost all the sessions of counseling for medical and dental colleges are over. Because what happens is, in case you do not download, then on the website, the scorecard or the admit card, etc., the link will lapse after October 31st, 2026. Right? For some reason, in case you want it later, you will not be able to access it. My suggestion is, yes, hard copies you can always print. You have to print. We'll come to the admit card. But I also request you to retain the soft copies. In case you have a family PC at home where many people have access to the computer, or in case some of you do not have a personal computer at home and you only utilize the smartphone, then I would suggest that in case by error somebody else deletes the soft copy from the PC, I request you to mail these three, that is the confirmation page, the admit card and the scorecard. You can mail it to yourself as your parent so that it is always available with you in case you want to access it for some reason later, right? So this is just a suggestion that I am giving you, right? Now let's go ahead and we will start with the with some suggestions, some do's and don'ts with respect to NEET 2026. First one, it's very important from now onwards that, dear students, you do not make too much of a drastic change in your appearance. Right? For example, you would want to go to a temple and maybe tonsure your head, give your hair to the god, etc. Don't make drastic changes in your appearance as of now, dear students, because it is important that you look like how you were when you applied to NEET. So drastic changes please do not make. In case you have changed maybe the frame of your spectacles, etc., it's not too big a problem, but big changes in your appearance please do not do as of now, right? It is important that you look like how you looked in the admit card. At least 90% you should look the same, if not 100%, right? So please ensure that you do not make any changes to your appearance, right? Let's come to the countdown. First is May 1st. What are you supposed to do on May 1st? So on May 1st, it's important that you pack your bag. What exactly do I mean by packing your bag on May 1st? So what you do is, please keep 2 sets of dress ready. Why I'm saying 2 sets of dress ready, I'll come to that in a little while. But 2 sets of dress, let's say 2 tops, 2 pants, or maybe 2 kurtas, 2 leggings, like that. Keep 2 sets of dress ready. and along with that keep a cap or a hat. Though this is not allowed for NEET, I am giving this as a suggestion to you for some important reason. Keep some cap or hat also in a bag. Right? Now, what kind of dress would we recommend for NEET 2026? So leggings are a good choice for the girls because they do not have any metal piece, they do not have any pocket, so they are a very very safe choice. So I would recommend leggings are good. And for boys, any simple track pants will do. The minimum pockets they have, it is great. The baggy pants or the photographer pants with a lot of pockets, please try to avoid, right? Or for girls or for boys, a simple salwar will do. That is also fine. Pajamas, for example, also will do. It's just simple clothes with absolutely no metal or no pockets. That will be a good choice. In case you have simple jeans, with not too many metal rivets on them, that also should be a good option, right? It's important that you can do that. Yeah, thank you, thank you. So track pants, salwar, simple jeans will be good. Simple formal pants are also okay. Just see that you can reduce the number of pockets. Now, nowhere does it say you must wear a pant without any pockets. It doesn't say that. But if you reduce the pockets, it will always be a better option, right? And make sure there are no metal pieces on it. Simple t-shirts will be good. Make sure that there are no collars for it. That will be a good option, right? Simple t-shirts will be fine. Simple kurti is also okay. Okay, and simple slippers, right? The ones which don't have any metal on them, that will be a good option. Heels are not allowed, so try and get flats as much as possible. Simple sandals are also okay, which are open. In my opinion, I think Hawaii slippers should be a really, really good option, right? Please don't buy a new pair of footwear for this purpose. We do not want you to have, God forbid, any shoe bite, etc. So just have something that is very simple, right? It should be flat. So Hawaii slippers are really, really a good option at this point of time. Right? What are your dress not supposed to have? No full sleeves, right? So please make sure no full sleeves are there. Half sleeves, 3/4 sleeves are okay, but try and avoid even 3/4. So go for half sleeve is perfectly okay. No full sleeves. It will not be allowed. Okay, no heavy clothes like many layers of clothes, big jackets, etc. that you can have, right? Those are considered as very heavy clothes. Please do not wear such heavy clothes with many layers. And no large buttons, because buttons sometimes can hide a Bluetooth device. Therefore, very large buttons if you have. Small simple buttons are fine, but in case the buttons are very large, please try to avoid such clothes. No belts. Belts are not allowed at all, and no big metal pieces on the dress, whether it is the pant or the shirt, right? Make sure that there are no big metal pieces, because it will definitely be rejected, right? Now, sleeveless and shorts, there is no mention, but sometimes it is it might become a little awkward for the candidate in raises an objection. There is no mention of sleeveless dresses or shorts. NTA does not say you cannot wear sleeveless or shorts, but what I'm saying is it might become a personal issue with some invigilators. So in my opinion, you can avoid sleeveless tops, you can avoid shorts, right? So this is a personal suggestion I am giving you, so that day you do not feel awkward or you are not questioned and it disturbs you. That's why I'm saying try to avoid sleeveless as well as shorts, correct? And don't wear a top which has got some big writings over it, etc. Right? Try to go with simple things, because somebody should not say that it was hiding some formula or hiding some biological word, etc. So try to avoid tops which has got a lot of big writing on it. And no watches of any kind, smart watches, digital watches, analog watches, no watches of any kind are allowed. No jewelry of any kind are allowed. So make sure that you do not have earrings, you do not have, neck chains, you do not have kadas, no bangles, no toe rings in case, or anklets in case some of you have, no jewelry of any kind. Yes, there may be some students who may be wondering about a nose pin. In my suggestion, because NEET has become a kind of a high stakes exam, therefore they might object to a nose pin or a nose ring. See if you can take it out and maybe wear it again after the exam is over. This is a suggestion that I can give you, correct? And no heels. So the footwear should be flat, that it should not have heels. That you follow this. No shoes, no socks. So you cannot wear shoes and socks. Crocs also I would suggest that you avoid. In case they ask you to leave it somewhere and then you have to travel across a ground to your classroom. So therefore avoid Crocs also. Right? Pants with many pockets, I think is best if you can avoid it. One pocket or two pockets, they do allow, but try and avoid that also. And please avoid collar also, okay, because that also can be considered as capable of hiding any device. And for the girls, please do not wear any innerwear which has got metal clasps in it. Okay, there was an incident a couple of years ago in Kerala where the girls were asked to remove the innerwear before they went into the exam, and it did create a lot of issues for them. Right, so I would suggest that you avoid wearing innerwear which has got metal clasps in it. Right, so these are what you can avoid. Now once you have finally the do's and don'ts, all these are information from the information booklet itself, and once you are clear about this, finally narrow down 2 tops or 2 pants that you have and keep them with you, right, and put them into a bag. Right, pack your bag. So the bag can be a backpack, it can or preferably it can be a cloth bag, or it can be a plastic cover. Please put everything in your bag to see that yes, this nobody touches. This is what I have finally chosen and this is what I'm going to wear. You can have a first preference, second preference in that. Right, now going ahead, what else should you have in your bag? So you have downloaded the admit card, you have to get it printed. Now, is it important to print it in black and white or in color? It actually does not matter. If you have access to a color printout, you can go ahead with it, but there is no requirement that it has to be color printed. Right, so get it printed. The admit card comes in multiple pages. You can get all of them printed also. One is the admit card, one is the pro forma sheet, another one is the instructions. If you want to get all of them printed, go ahead, no problem at all. It's one single PDF, but it has got multiple pages in it. You can print the whole thing, there is no issue at all. Once that is done, there is a particular place at the bottom left of the admit card where you will have to stick a passport size photo. There clearly would have been mentioned that please stick the passport size photo. You are supposed to stick the passport size photo. Which photo? The same photo which you uploaded during your application. That same photo you should stick there. I'm sure all of you, when you got that photo taken, you have taken some prints of it on the photo film, please make sure that you stick the same photo. It should not be a changed one in that place. That place is very small, so maybe the edges you can crop it a little bit, but don't cut away your face itself, right? Even if the photo comes a little outside that small little box, it is okay. It's not an issue. Please stick it at home itself. Once you stick it at home, then there is one small place which is in the middle at the bottom. You will have to put your left thumb print. There is a space there, left thumb print. You will have to put, right? For that, you will have to get an ink pad. You can get it in a stationery shop, or some of you may have it at home because you did take your thumbprints, all the 10 thumbprints you had taken for application. So I'm sure all of you have an ink pad at home. So the left thumbprint you will have to put there. Now when you put your thumbprint, just take the thumb and let us say this is the page which is there. Just put it once. Don't roll your finger over the paper. Okay, it will ensure too much of smudging. Just normally, just take a normal, how you generally put a thumbprint, like that, put a thumbprint. In case some of the candidates have the left thumb missing, right, or there is a big injury on the left thumb which has been there from many years, etc., and they can't use the left thumbprint as a legal identity mark, then in that case alone you can use the left thumbprint, the right thumbprint, I'm sorry. So in case the left thumb is missing or there is an injury, you can use the right thumbprint in that place. And then there is a small place where you have to get your parents' signature. It is just one parent and their signature should come on the admit card. Any one parent asks them to sign on the admit card. So you'll have to take care of it. I do understand some of the students are staying in maybe a hostel or a PG, etc. But you'll have to ensure that your parents can come. Before you write the exam, I'm sure they will come and visit you. Make sure that a parent signature is there on the admit card. Next, there is something called as a pro forma sheet. It is part of the admit card itself. And that pro forma sheet, it is an A4 size sheet, and there is a big postcard size box which is there on the pro forma sheet. And what you have to do is, you will have to take your photo, the same one that you used for the application, the same one that you have stuck at the bottom of the admit card, the same one but in a bigger size. You will have to stick it directly on the pro forma, stick it at home, and you have to take it. Okay, you will be asked to sign there, that will come to that, but please stick on the pro forma. So I'll repeat again, you have downloaded the admit card, black and white, color does not matter. You have stuck a passport size photo on the admit card in the space specified, and you have asked your parent to sign, and you have put your left thumbprint wherever it has asked you to. Apart from that, you will take the same photo but in a postcard size and stick it on a sheet called as the pro forma page in the center. So this you will do, and this whole thing will go into your bag after you have finished doing all this, right? Apart from that, what else should you include in your bag? Apart from this, take two passport size photos, small size, two passport size photos. You need only one, but you will take two. In case one of them, God forbid, you drop somewhere in the center or in the room and you can't find it, keep two passport size photos, the same one that you have used, two hard copies, that is as a photograph you will keep with you in the bag. You are supposed to take this to the center. You need one but still keep two, correct? And keep the original ID proof ready. Original, not photocopy. It should be original ID proof. So Aadhaar card, the original one you should take with you. In case you are using passport, that is also fine, but If you are using Aadhaar card, passport, whatever you're using, it should be the original one, not a photocopy. You will have to take the original ID proof. Keep that in your bag so that you do not forget it. Okay, that day morning you shouldn't forget it. Please keep this also in the bag. And in case some of the students here, they have applied for NEET by saying that they are persons with a benchmark disability. They are PWBD students. They have a benchmark disability. That is, there is some physical disability and they have applied under physical disability. You will have to take the PWBD certificate from a competent authority. Students of such nature will know what the competent authority is. This is during application only. You are clear about this. So that basically the PWBD certificate, you will have to carry that also. Right? For all other students, your bag will not include this PWBD certificate. But for other students who are applying for NEET under the physically disabled category, this one you will have to, because in the center they will know that if you have chosen the application as a physically disabled student, they want to know whether you are physically disabled and you have that particular certificate with you. Only in such a case they will allow you 1 hour extra to write the exam. That's why that particular certificate is required. Do not forget this, dear students. Right? Now what else will your bag have? So though you are not allowed to carry any snacks or water or juice into the exam center, I would still suggest that some dry snacks which does not get spoiled easily, maybe some biscuits or maybe some cookies, you can put it in a small plastic bag, or maybe you can take the full pack itself of the biscuits. Keep it in your bag. Why I am telling this to you is that sometimes students will be asked to report to the center very early as 11:30 or 12 o'clock, though the exam starts at 2. It should not happen that you feel hungry by the time the exam begins. Therefore, you can keep it with you, but make sure that whatever you keep, you should be ready that if somebody at the gate asks you to throw it away or return it to your family members who have accompanied you, you should be in a position to throw it away or give it to them. But in case they do allow you to carry it into the campus, it won't be allowed into the exam room, but it might be allowed into the center or the campus, in which case, in case you have reported very early and you want to have something, you can keep this, just a couple of biscuits or maybe cookies, or if chocolates is something that is comfortable to you, etc. And maybe you can have one Tetra Pak juice, and that also you can keep with you, again for the same reason. In case you are asked to report very early, keep an empty water bottle. Now why I am saying empty water bottle, though NTA clearly says in the information booklet that water is not allowed in the exam room, but still I am asking you to carry an empty water bottle with you. Why this is, I'll tell you. So again, let's repeat what all is going into your bag. Into your bag, you're keeping 2 sets of clothes, or you're keeping it next to the bag, what you have chosen really well. You're also keeping the admit card in a printed manner with the photo stuck with your parent's signature and the thumbprint. And there is also the pro forma sheet that was printed with the admit card, where you have pasted the postcard size photo. You're carrying 2 passport size hard copy of the photo. You're having the original ID card, ID proof original, Aadhaar original or passport original, that also you have with you. And along with that, if you are a physically disabled student, you will carry the physical disability certificate from the authority. That also you are carrying. In addition to that, I am asking you to carry some small amount of snacks like biscuits or cookies and maybe a Tetra Pak juice. In case it is asked to throw away, you should be ready for that. And keep an empty water bottle. Okay, these are the things you will pack, and pack your bag on May 1st itself. Okay, make sure that you don't postpone this till the morning of May 3rd. Right? Now, those students who have applied for NEET as a diabetic candidate, then in that case you are allowed, and you would have reported this earlier itself that I am a diabetic candidate. So you would have done that during the application itself. In such a case, you are allowed to carry sugar tablets. You get those glucose tablets, no? Those sugar tablets you are allowed to carry. Fruits you are allowed to carry like banana, apple or orange, and transparent water bottle you are allowed to carry. But you cannot carry any candies, you cannot carry any chocolates or sandwich if you are diabetic, but you are allowed to carry sugar tablets and some specific fruits like banana, apple or orange, and a transparent water bottle with water you are allowed to carry, and you can have it with you next to you on the table in case you have reported yourself as a diabetic candidate. Okay, this also you can pack in your bag in case you're carrying fruits like maybe banana, apple, orange. You can just put a note saying carry fruits, and on May 3rd morning you can keep the fruits, but that also can go into your bag. Right? Now, what not to carry? What all can you not carry? In your bag, pencil pouch should not be there of any kind, whether it's transparent or not, doesn't matter. No pencil pouch is allowed there. No geometry box you are allowed to carry. Any kind of stationery, maybe pens, maybe pencils, none of them you are allowed to carry. Any paper pieces, it may be let us say a bus ticket with you, or it may be a blank sheet that you thought maybe I can use maybe later. None of them you are allowed to carry. No phone, no other electronic gadgets like an earpod, etc. you are allowed to carry. No wallets, no handbags, no purses, no bags of any kind. Now, I do understand that some of you may want to carry some cash with you, right? But you will be asked to leave it outside the exam room. So, if you want to carry cash, then you have to be very careful with it, and you should be in a position to risk losing it. Right? But if not, then make sure that just keep this away. No wallets, no handbags, no purses, no bags, no calculator, watches. I've repeated again, no watch of any kind. Why I'm repeating this is, I do understand some of the students have expensive watches, and at that point of time you may not know what to do and you may discard it. Right? So just be careful. No watch of any kind. No other instrument or metal object will be allowed, like some maybe some change like coins, or maybe a key, or maybe you have a locket with you, right? Any of that you're not allowed to carry. Food items and water are not allowed, but why I have highlighted it here is, I've told you why. In case you reach very early, then this might help you, but you should be ready to throw it away if you are asked. Right? So these are the things that you're not supposed to carry at all. I hope the students, of course, you have been practicing from 1 year, some of you from 2 years, by using a ballpoint pen for every NEET that you have written in base. So you are practicing with the cheapest pen possible. You have been doing that for quite some time now. You know that even the pen will be given by NTA itself. So you are not allowed to carry any of these materials. Right? And please keep that bag with all the items that I have told you. Keep the bag in one place, and ask people that they do not disturb the bag. Suddenly somebody decides, I'm going to do some cleaning on May 1st or May 2nd, that shouldn't happen. Please ask family members not to disturb this bag, and let it all be kept safe, so that, you do not panic on May 3rd. Now, what to do on May 2nd? Let's come to that. So, May 2nd, relax. Absolutely. You all have worked so hard, not just from 2 years. You all have worked hard from maybe class 8, class 9, even before that. correct? And your brain is a fantastic, you can say, friend, right? And you will remember whatever you read, you will be able to apply whatever you learned so well. So absolutely trust yourself, trust your brain, trust the blessings that you have, and relax, right? It is important to do that. So just relax, have a lazy day on May 2nd. It's nice, right? So please do that, relax. Correct. So you would want to watch some highlights of IPL. I think that's fantastic. Maybe listen to some music. You know, it's a great thing to do that. So relax completely. Avoid studying. I am really, really telling you this. Please avoid studying. Correct. Because if you open one chapter, there will be that small little doubt that, okay, what about the other chapter, etc. So please avoid studying. Correct. That is really a good suggestion. In my opinion, please do not study at all. Right. So I'm just asking to avoid studying. Eat well. Okay. Eat healthy. Whatever suits you best. Eat that. Eat well. Have maybe 5 meals that day. Whatever is suiting you. Okay. Don't overdo. Don't do something new. Right. Don't try out something new. But eat well. That's a good thing for you to do, correct? And sleep well. You can take many naps if you want. Maybe after breakfast you want to have a nap. Please go ahead and do that. Okay, sleep well. You don't have to get up early on May 2nd at all. Okay, only thing is avoid sleeping between 11 o'clock and 6 o'clock, because I know that you have also set right your biological clock over the past at least a couple of weeks or maybe a month to suit NEET timings, isn't it? So don't sleep during this time, right? Try to avoid sleep between 11 o'clock and 6 o'clock, because that is the time you are going to be awake the next day, that is May 3rd. So just avoid sleeping there, and don't look at any phone, any laptop after 9 o'clock. I do understand that your friends will be texting you, your relatives will be texting you saying all the best, etc. I do understand that. I'm not saying, but try to avoid, because what happens is, suddenly some random supposed expert will come and say that, have you finished studying this chapter? Do you know this chapter is going to be of high importance? And they'll make some random videos, and you accidentally come across them. Even if you're trying to go to some other website, you will find that you simply will get worried with that, right? Correct. So that's why my opinion is, after 9 in the night, please avoid looking at any phone or any laptop on May 2nd night. Till then it is fine, the whole day you can wish your friends, right? And that's perfectly okay. Your granny might want to call you and wish you and bless you. All that is fine. But after 9 in the night, just avoid, and sleep early. Okay, I do understand, that there will be a little bit of butterflies in the stomach, but I don't know if you know this, that sometimes excitement also seems like anxiety. Okay, and what you feel is a little bit of feeling of anxiousness is actually excitement. You finally get to write the test, which is giving you an entry into that dream college of yours, isn't it? It is such a big step, correct? And sometimes excitement and anxiety seem almost mimicking one another. So in case you feel a little bit of butterflies in the stomach and you feel a little anxious, right? Just remember, oh no, it's not anxiety. Tell that to yourself. Tell yourself, this is excitement. I'm so excited to write this test, because I'm simply going to ace it. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, tell that to yourself, and definitely by 11 o'clock, I think you should go ahead and go to sleep. I think that will be a nice thing for you to do. And I think you should not keep an alarm, but even if you do, because I do understand some of you stay pretty far away from the exam center. Some of you are staying in villages too, or in some other towns. So you might want to keep an alarm, but there's no need to wake up before 7:30 or 8 the next day morning, right? So you can get up in a relaxed manner, correct? Ask people also not to hurriedly wake you up in the morning. Have a good sleep. Let the sleep get over naturally on its own, so that May 3rd you can wake up in a relaxed way, right? I do understand that it will be a little, you can say, unique that sleep on May 2nd, because you know you want to sleep, but then there is a lot of excitement that's happening, a little bit of heartbeat which is keeping you awake, etc. So try and relax yourself the way you have been doing the past 2 years. Whenever you write maybe a fortnightly test or a grand test, etc., you know, observe your breath, chant up, you know, chant something that is that you know you absolutely love, you know, do something like that, and you know, go to sleep. It will definitely be nice. Correct. Let's come to May 3rd now. This is so exciting, isn't it? So May 3rd, what is it that we have to do? After you wake up, please welcome a lot of happy thoughts. You know, picturize yourself in that blue suit, you know, speaking at a medical conference. Picturize yourself as winning something amazing as a scientist, because after MBBS you went into research. Correct. So picturize yourself in that manner, you know, that dream career of yours. Picturize yourself and say, oh my God, I'm one day closer to that dream and it's going to come true so soon. Correct. So it's so nice. So welcome a lot of happy thoughts. Correct. And picturize yourself really in that you know, wonderful manner. Correct. And remember, will worrying make your memory better? No. Will it increase your knowledge? No, it won't. Actually, it's going to reduce your memory. It will also reduce your knowledge. So worrying is not going to help, right? And will worrying make the paper suddenly magically something that you would want it to be? No, not exactly. There are only certain things that you can control. You can control your preparation, which you have already done. And you can control your attitude that day. You can control your mind, right? So absolutely don't worry about it. It's going to be so great. It's going to be awesome. Correct. Have a nice warm bath, whatever is comfortable to you. Nicely relax, because that also is very, very therapeutic. Have a nice bath there. Correct. Do that and have breakfast by 8:30 a.m. itself. Right? You may want to have a bath maybe at 10 o'clock. That's okay. But make sure that you don't skip your breakfast. Just eat. Correct. Just eat. If you really want, you can make a menu and tell your family what exactly you would want to eat. But I think just eat whatever is made at home. Just eat. You might feel that, okay, I don't want to at this point of time, but just remember that this is something that you need to fuel yourself with. Correct. So just eat. Do not resist this at this point of time. Correct. And avoid outside food. Absolutely correct. You would want to have something that is fresh, that is homemade. I think that will be wonderful. And no study, please. Absolutely no study. You are just not going to look at any book. You're not going to look at any notebook anymore. Nothing. Zero study. Absolutely no study. I'm telling this out of the feedback that students have given. I remember one of the students who is going to graduate from Bangalore Medical College shortly, and the student ended up, you know, opening a particular chapter and absolutely panicked, you know, and that's not nice. So please do not study that day. Correct. Please don't do that. And have a good meal. So you have finished your breakfast, but it's important to have lunch too. So have an early lunch. I do understand your lunch timings may be 2 or 1:30, whatever it is, but have an early lunch and have a good meal. It should be a heavy meal, because you know you will again get to eat maybe by around 6 o'clock or 5:30, etc. So till then, you know, you need to sustain. So make sure that it is a good heavy meal. Okay, just make sure. Don't worry that am I going to feel asleep if I eat a lot? No, you will not. NEET is a totally different experience, and you know, you are going to be on good alert, on positive alert, and that's not going to happen. So have a heavy meal. It's important that you do. And remember, I had told you to have an empty water bottle. Fill water. They may ask you to throw it out, but still fill water there, right? And then take the bag. And before you take the bag, yes, you have instructed your family not to touch the bag, but still go and take this bag and check it once more if you would want, whether all the things are there. So there were 2 sets of clothes that I had asked you to keep, right? One you wear before you go, leave the house for the center. One you wear. Take the other one in a plastic bag, right? Why? Because in case at the gate they ask you that what you're wearing is not as per the norms of NTA, maybe you forgot you were wearing full sleeves, etc. At least you have another set to change, because your parents are there with you, you can go to the car maybe, or maybe go to the restroom and at least change. That's why I asked you to keep two sets, correct, in case if it is required. So wear one set and take the other set in a plastic bag. So remember, there is one bag which has got a lot of things that I had told you. I'm not going to repeat now. By now you should know what all is there. You can watch the video once more if you want to know, or go back to the information booklet to find out what all you need, correct? And also have another set of clothes, right? Now bag they will not allow into the exam room, so they will ask you to throw it away. So don't have an expensive backpack with you, because you may not get it back. Many centers also keep your item safely, but you never know, correct, what type of your center it is going to be. So it's important that you take the bag with you, correct? And what else should you do on May 3rd? Leave for the exam early and let somebody come with you. In my opinion, on May 1st, when you are packing your bag, please ask one of your family members to go and visit the center. Let them go see the center and come back on May 1st, correct? When you are packing your bag, you don't have to go and see the center. Let them go and see the center, because what happens is sometimes in the cities, suddenly some road is blocked. Suddenly some road becomes one way. And some of the campuses, are so huge that they have some 4 or 5 gates. And on May 3rd, when you have landed up at one of the gates at 1 o'clock, the security may say, no, for NEET, you're supposed to take the other gate, which is so far away. So it's important that you ask one of the family members on May 1st to actually go visit the center. Let them go visit the center. Check where the center is. Check with the security there that is this the NEET center? Is this the gate we are supposed to enter? Let them do that. I think that will be wonderful for them to do that. So then you kind of know, okay, from my home to the center, it's going to take 45 minutes or 75 minutes. So please estimate the time, add another 15 minutes or half an hour to it, and please make sure that you leave on time, leave early. Correct? You're booking a cab and it is tourist season, you're not getting a cab. So please figure this out. You don't have to worry about it. Please, as a student, you take care of what all has to go into the bag. But let your family members sit and think about, how do we take the child there? What are we going to do? When are we going to book a cab? So all this, let them figure out. Are we going by car? Are we taking an auto? What are we doing? Let them figure it out properly, so that, in a nice seamless manner, they will be there. And please let somebody come with you. It is absolutely important. So at this point of time, leave that angst behind, correct? You might be in some very, very unique mood in the run up to NEET, particularly this week. So don't show that kind of issues with your mood on your family members. If one of your parents or maybe an elder sibling says, I'm going to come with you to the center, please allow them, okay? At that point of time, don't make it very awkward. Just say yes. It's important that somebody comes with you there, right? It is important, somewhere, maybe this issue, that issue during transport, it's important. Let the person who has come with you stay there in the center till at least 1:45 p.m. You understand? Till then, at least let them stay. That is, by this time you would have gone with the checking. You have gone to your exam room after checking which the exam room is, occupied your seat, all that has happened. So till then they are kind of clear that everything is okay. So till 1:45 at least let them stay. At 1:45 they can leave and they can come back later to pick you up. But let them stay at least till 1:45 is my request. Correct? If anybody has opted for a hijab or a burqa or maybe a turban, then you should reach by 12:30 p.m. This has been told in the information booklet itself, because you would have opted for a customary dress, that is a dress against the dress code suggested by NTA. You would have chosen that in the application, that you would want to wear a customary dress. So in case you have any of this, you will have to reach the center a little bit more early, because your frisking or checking is going to be even more elaborate. Please do not forget this, dear students. Correct. And please remember, dear students, some of you, yes, whenever there was a 10 o'clock exam in base, I'm sure some of you reached at 9:55 or 9:59 on Sundays, but that is not going to work here. You know, after 1:30 p.m. you're not allowed to enter the center itself. Center, I'm not saying exam room, center only you will not be allowed to reach, to enter after 1:30 p.m. So therefore, please make sure that you are well in time, right? Okay, let's go ahead. Once you reach, now let's say you have reached the center. Once you reach the center, you will be frisked. There will be somebody who is going to check you, right? NTA has informed in the information booklet that male candidates will be frisked by male candidates, and female candidates by female candidates, by female personnel, male candidates by male personnel. They have said that, but it may not happen in some centers. So please do not feel bad. Please do not protest when they are frisking you, right? And let us say they ask you to remove the sacred thread, or maybe you're wearing a linga, right? Later you want, you can write an email. You can write an email to the NTA director. You can write an email to the president of the country also, no worries. But let this small incident not affect your morale, not affect your mood. Right? I've already told you that any metal object is not allowed. So in such a case, it makes sense for you to leave it behind and go ahead, because some of the people may have a Janivara Jane with a small little metal object to it. So in my opinion, in my suggestion, please do not even wear it. But in case you do wear, if there is a center which is allowing, that's fantastic. But in case they ask you to remove it, please do not feel bad there. Let that not affect. Now, as a doctor, will you allow your patient with Janivara and a small metal taita to enter into the MRI scanner? You won't, right? So please uphold the sanctity of what the exam is, and whatever is the instructions given, please follow it. I think it's important to do, and leave your personal opinion behind. This time they have mentioned that there is a possibility of a biometric scan. So a biometric scan is, there may be a facial scan reader, and that is also there. So that also is in addition, that kind of during the entry itself, during the frisking, this also may be there. So please make sure that you do not protest. You oblige as to whatever instructions they are going to give you. If you are again made to feel uncomfortable, as I told you, you can complain after the test, but please do not allow it to affect your test. Go in, just write it, push it behind, and then go ahead, write the test, come back. Okay, please take care of this, right? I'm sure that you are more mature than these small little hassles that are there, dear students. Correct? And in case at the entry, when the frisking is going on, if they ask you to throw away the snacks, then throw it away. Right? If they say no, it's not allowed, then throw it away. Some centers may say take it inside, but not into the exam room, but you can sit in the campus with it. If they ask you to throw away the cap, you can throw away the cap. If they ask you to throw away the water, throw away the water. Please do not protest. Okay, whatever they say. It's important that you follow the instructions that are there even at the frisking area. Correct? And don't speak to anyone. Right? There may be some people who may just come up to you and say, oh, did you finish learning digestive system of humans? Some random things people come and ask. This experience some of our students in the past have had. Don't speak to anybody. Okay? This is not your time to show that you are a social person. Correct? So please do not speak to anybody. It's important that, because there are some mischievous people, some mischievous candidates who may just want to make themselves feel good by asking such random questions to others. So just don't encourage any of these conversations. Do not speak to anybody there once you enter the campus. Correct? And then there will be a list put up on a notice board or maybe a large board outside where the exam room is. And please see that you check it properly, because your admit card may have details like application number, roll number, etc. Make sure that you check your your roll number and which room it is in. Correct? In case you are confused, because some campuses are huge and you do not know how to go to that room, please ask for help there and say, how do I reach this room? Of course, most centers have been would have been trained to support the candidate, so you can definitely do that, but check your room number properly. It's important that you do that. And in case there is still time, let's say you have already reached at 12:45 or you have reached at 1 o'clock, and they will say 15 we'll allow you inside, 1:20 we'll allow you inside. Sit in the shade. Okay, in the campus only, not in the room, in this campus only. Sit in the shade preferably till you're asked to proceed. That's why I said that in case there is no shade, the cap will help. That's why I'd asked you to take a cap. Take something that is cheaper, you know, the 20-30 rupee cap that you get, take that. But in case they have asked you to throw it away, can't help it, but take it with you. You might have to leave it behind later because you can't take it to the exam room, but it will help because some of our students in the past have had experience where there is not a single tree in the campus and they had to wait in the sun. So just make sure that you take care of this a little bit, right? And what to do during that waiting time? Very simple. You know what is the key to your sympathetic nervous system? It is your breath. You don't even have to breathe deep. Just observe your breath. It is fine, and that will calm you down. Correct? And always remember, what you're feeling is not anxiety, it is excitement. Do not forget that. Okay? Now you are entering the exam room. You entered the center. Now you're going into the exam room. Correct? If allowed, in case they do allow, some centers allow you to go into the exam room only at 1:25. Some of them may allow you by 1:15 itself. So if allowed, you can enter from 1:15 itself, no problem at all. Just listen to the instructions. Some instructions are on loudspeaker because the campuses are huge. Just pay attention to what they are announcing. Correct? Once you enter, what should you have with you? So once you enter, you must have only this with you. You must have your admit card, and you know on the admit card there is a photograph that you have pasted, small one. Your parent's signature is there and your thumbprint is there. That is the admit card. The pro forma that I told you with the big postcard photo, that is there with you. And your valid original ID card is there with you. Your college ID is not a legal document according to NTA. So it's a valid original ID card like Aadhaar card or driver's license or PAN card in case some of you have, or passport. Those are valid original ID cards. Original one. Correct? You also have carried passport size photos. Do not forget it. One is enough, but you have carried two. And in case applicable, the physical disability certificate also you have with you. Correct? These are the only things. So remember, there is no file for you to take it into the room. So you are carrying these bits of paper and those photographs with you. So please be very careful. When you're going up the steps, don't drop the photos. So please be careful with you. Can't I take all this in a bag? No, it is not allowed. You can't carry all this in a bag. That's why I preferred that you have some disposable bag to have all these things with you. Nothing else you can carry. Right? Now till 2024, the students were allowed to carry a transparent water bottle with water. Last year in some centers they allowed water to be carried. In some centers they said no because they only gave the water. If they say please discard the water bottle before you enter the exam room, please do so and you can discard it. But in case you are carrying, I'm sure your teachers all these months they have already told you how the plastic water bottle will be. Hokta, you cannot carry a Bisleri, you can't buy it because some Bisleri bottles will dance, they will not stand properly. Mineral water. Okay, so you can't do that, right? So you will have to carry something that is nice and solid and it should be transparent. Okay, not necessary, it has to be colorless, but transparent it should be, right? So if they allow you to carry it, you can carry it, otherwise you can leave it, right? Just discard it, right? So these are the things you are going to have with you when you enter the room. Nothing else you should have with you. Okay, anything else is there, just leave it and go, right? That's important. Check your seat thoroughly. Once you go, there will be the roll number which is put as a sticker on the exam table or your exam seat. Check the roll number properly with your admit card and then check your seat. In case there are stray bits of paper, just discard it. Okay, it's important that you do that. In case there are some formulae written there in pen or something is there, please tell the invigilator, before I sat down only all this is there, I have not written any of this, right? So please bring it to the notice of them, because later we do not want any surprise check. So just make sure that you tell them, but you have to occupy that seat itself, right? It's important to do that. Don't go to any other seat. Please occupy the seat where your roll number is there. And in case you have reached very early, let us say too early, by 1:10 itself or 1 o'clock itself you have gone to the exam room, you can always go to the restroom and come back. Don't worry about it. Okay, you can always do that and return before instructions are given, because invigilator will give some instructions to you. So before that only you can return back. Correct? And in case they have not asked you to carry water bottle, you can ask them for water also. Students, please remember, your teachers have told you over 2 years now, it's important to be hydrated. Don't over drink water, but whatever you are used to, please continue to drink the water. Your brain will cooperate if it is hydrated. Okay, does it mean that I might have to visit the restroom? Yeah, but that 2-3 minutes is not going to be a waste. The rest of the time your brain will cooperate. Okay, you have already heard this from your teacher, so make sure that you continue to follow it. Don't avoid drinking the water there. In case required and there are some disposable cups or something, just have water and keep it in one corner so that it does not spill over and disturb you. Okay, or you want to have water whenever you need, that's also perfectly okay. Right now, once you take your seat, observe your breath and don't look at others. Okay, please don't look, because some of the students will, come in with so much of confidence. They may not know anything, but the way they walk in, etc. When you look at them, you might feel panic. Oh, people are well prepared. No, it is just an appearance some of them are putting up. So just don't look at anybody. Some of them may be in a very, very scared look they may have. They may be tensed, etc., sweating. So don't look at anybody. It's important to observe your breath. You already know the best method to tackle exam anxiety. All of you know. Tell your own name. That's fantastic. It will work. Okay, your own name. Your brain loves to hear its own name. No, so tell your own name and say it's going to be awesome. Correct? So do that, because it's going to be so good. Correct? And tell yourself that you yourself are awesome. Not just the test. You yourself are awesome. And this will be the best test ever. Tell that to yourself. Correct? And that is going to be such a big boost. Correct? Because that day you have to be your own parent. You have to be your own mentor. You have to be your own best friend. You have to be your own teacher. Correct? So tell that whatever your teachers have told till now, tell that to yourself and say you are awesome and this is going to be so nice. Correct? So do that and follow all the instructions that the invigilator has given you and maintain discipline in the room. It's important you maintain discipline in the room. Correct? Turning this side, turning that side. Don't be restless. Maintain some discipline in the room and follow whatever instructions the invigilator gives you. Please follow all the instructions. Listen carefully. It won't be anything new. You have written so many tests. It won't be anything new. Correct? And accept your question paper and your own OMR sheet. Don't pay attention to anything else that is happening in the room. One particular child, let's say the admit card is not okay. One child is panicking. Something else is happening. Whatever it is, let that go on its own. You maintain that, you be sthita prajna. You just sit there and you look at your question paper and your OMR sheet. That's all you have to do. Okay? And there is going to be an attendance sheet where they will ask you to paste the photograph. So you will have to paste. Remember, you carried the passport size photo, so they will ask you to paste that also. They will help you to paste, or they will ask you to paste. They will give you a glue stick to do that, and they will ask you to write the mother's name. Please be careful here. Okay, so sometimes your mother's name, let us say, is Lakshmi, but you have always heard people calling her Lakshmamma, and you have written the name as Lakshmamma, but in the invigilator's sheet the name is Lakshmi. So what will happen is it will be considered as a mismatch. Whatever you have declared your mother's name to be in the application form, please go ahead and write that name there. That's it, very simple. What people call her, and who knows? Nobody knows that. Invigilator doesn't know that. What you have written is your mother's name. If it has got initial, it has got surname, it has got a certain spelling, whatever is the name does not mean only the first name. Name means full name. With whatever you have written as the mother's name, please write that as the mother's name. They will ask you to write it in one place. They will cross check it with their sheet, which will be hidden from you. Okay. And when you're darkening the circles, please be a little careful, particularly when you're filling in your details like your roll number, etc. Please be careful. In case, God forbid, you make a mistake in your personal details, don't panic. Calmly tell the invigilator then and there. Don't tell them at the end of the exam. If you make a mistake in personal details, please tell them immediately. Then in that case, the center superintendent can write a letter saying, this child, there has been this, please consider it. Or it might be there that NTA this time might decide to give a different question paper and OMR sheet, which I don't think so, but still, please make sure that you clearly tell that immediately if, God forbid, there is a mistake in your personal details. So be careful about the darkening. You might be used to 0 to 9, but sometimes the OMR may come from 1 to 9 and then 0. So just observe things carefully and then go ahead and darken the circles particularly. Okay, and from the beginning be very attentive. It is important to do that. Please remember, the PCB order might change in different versions. So always question number 1 to 45 may not be physics. 1 to 45 may be chemistry, 1 to 90 may be biology, 91 onwards may be physics. So the physics, chemistry, biology order in the paper may change, but you can always follow the order that is suited you from now. Don't change it in the exam. Whatever has suited you now, those who start with bio, you start with bio. Those who start with chemistry, you start with chemistry. You don't change. But the PCB order in the question paper may change. Just remember this. Okay, don't let it put you off there. And remember, very simple, one question at a time. What's my job now? I have to answer question 11. What's my job now? I have to answer question 114. Correct? That's it. Very simple. Let's say you were doing biology and some question number 137, you really were thinking about it and you came away. Let it not affect your chemistry, let it not affect your physics. Go back to it later. Very simple. You are experts in writing NEET. So you should not let any of this affect you at all. Spend the time on the question that it deserves. Don't have an ego issue with the question. Oh my God, I am an expert on curved mirror. How can I not get this question immediately? No, you will get it and you will get it right. But in case at this point of time there is something that is happening, come back to it later. Okay, don't have an ego issue and spend too much of time on it. You can come back to it later. All your teachers have told you how to do the test. Whatever they have told you in your base test, the same thing works here. That's it. Very simple. One question at a time. Don't let any of that affect you. And remember, it's very, very simple. Right? Now, there are some students who are better preparers. But now it is an opportunity to be a better test taker. Correct? Now a student who gets 720, a student who gets 680, is the knowledge going to be different? No, no, absolutely. Does it mean one student is more dedicated? No, no, absolutely not. right? It is just what did they do during those 3.5 hours. That's it. Correct? Now, for example, let us say maybe, God forbid, one particular subject is a little lengthy. So you can either say, oh my God, it's so lengthy, what do I do at this point of time? Or you can say, it's lengthy for me, ellargu lengthy ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. That's it, as simple as that. It's lengthy for me, it's lengthy for 26 lakh people. That's all. So you don't even have to worry about it. You get it? Right? So just keep it simple, keep it calm, right? Two suggestions that two of my students did request me to give to all of you is just this. What they said is, if let us say by 2:20 to 25 itself you feel biology is almost getting over, oh my God, is it a short paper? Then you can go a little bit slower, because when the paper is short and easy, even one mistake can actually affect many ranks. But if you feel it's already 2:40 and I still have some questions in bio to do, that means it may be a little bit lengthy, then in that case you can go a little bit faster, because then even if you make a couple of mistakes, it won't affect your rank too much. Okay, but this decision you have taken because over the past so many grand tests you have had all types of paper, isn't it? Some were lengthy and difficult, some were short and difficult, some were lengthy and easy, some were short and easy. So you have had experience of dealing with different types of papers, correct? Those are small little strategies you can make, but without affecting the overall accuracy. Correct? Just because you want to go faster, you cannot compromise on accuracy. Okay? But what I'm saying is, in case it is a little lengthy, even if you make a couple of mistakes, it won't affect the overall. But you'll have to take a decision that day itself, that time itself. Correct? That is one thing. Don't tear away the working sheets. Right? You are not supposed to do that, because the invigilators will actually completely disbar you, and you might be disbarred for 3 years also. Don't tear away the working sheets. Let them be like what you have been doing all these over all these tests over 2 years, same thing. So that's important for you to take care of. Now, can I work out the questions next to the can I work out the numericals etc next to the questions? NEET 2024, they did not allow them even to put a small dot next to the answer. So therefore, students had to mark immediately. But NEET 2025, almost all the students that I know said that they were allowed to work out the answers next to the question itself. So you never know. So anything can happen this time. It just depends on the NTA's instructions, and also each individual center may take a call in that way. Okay, just follow whatever you have been following till now, right? And some of the students, this came as a report in, if I'm not wrong, on one of the TV channels, where it said that some students used the admit card backside to work out the questions and they were asked to leave etc. So don't try out something new this way. Don't do that. Okay, whatever you've been doing till now, please continue to do the same thing. And even if you have a small clue, this might be the question, take it courageously, attempt it. Suppose you have no idea at all, right? Then in that case you can leave it. Okay, don't panic at this point of time and leave out a lot of questions. We had an instance, this was in 2020, where a student left 28 questions or more, and I think 25 or 26 out of them, I don't remember the exact number now, so many were correct out of it. Okay, so don't do that. Whatever you have been doing till now, go ahead and do that, right? And there will be a videographer who will come and video the OMR, they will video the roll number on your desk, and they will point the camera at you. At that point of time, you're supposed to look at the camera. This is to rule out all impersonation cases, etc. So please do not protest. You have to look at the camera when you're being videographed. This is during the exam itself. And the last 20 to 30 minutes, it's important that you use wisely Correct? Use it really wisely. Go back to the questions and then find out, which of them you want to do, etc. You'll have to do that. Please do not keep the marking for the end. Don't do that, right? You'll have to follow the parallel marking. That works really, really well. Correct? And these are the timings, of course, timings all of you are aware about. So 3rd May, 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock is the test, but for physically disabled students, there is an extension till 6 o'clock for them. Reporting time, entry, some of your admit cards may say 11 o'clock also. It might be too early, but make sure that you are there well before time. Don't push it almost to 120, 125. You can go there by around 1 o'clock. But if you are wearing customary dress, you'll have to reach by 12:30. Do not forget that. Last entry, of course, is 1:30, right? In case your reporting time is 10:30, but if you reach there at 12:30 or 1, they will definitely allow you. They cannot disbar you from entering. They will allow you, but don't push it too much, right? It's important to do that. And the invigilator will give you instructions from 1:30 to 1:45. 1:45 is where the test booklets are distributed. Test booklet has got a sticker on it, and you're not supposed to remove the sticker till 2 o'clock. But there is an OMR sheet inside which you can easily pull out. They will give instructions, and some of the details you can start writing down, correct, without opening the test booklet. And there are some important things that you can write on the test booklet, like the particulars, your personal details, etc. The test will commence at 2 o'clock and it will conclude at 5. There have been experiences in the past that the booklets were distributed late or they were collected early. Please do not allow any of that to disturb you. You understand that, correct? I'm not saying that in case they collect it early, you have to just sit quiet there. Okay, you can always tell that it is being collected early, so you can protest there, but do not expect that they will always listen to you, correct? But don't allow it to disturb your peace is all I'm saying. Okay, just don't allow it to disturb your peace, correct? And after the exam, some of the centers will ask you to hand over the admit card. Pro forma, of course, you will hand over. They will make you sign that pro forma which is there. They will make you sign that pro forma. There is a particular way, so they will tell you there. So all the instructions they will tell you, where all you have to sign, what all you have to write, mother's name. There are 2 times that you have to sign, 2 times that you'll have to put the thumbprint on the attendance sheet. Then you will have to sign across the pro forma. Whatever instructions they give, please follow it. That's why I'm saying take everything and go. They will give you the instructions. And carry the question paper. Question paper will have the invigilator's signature. Hopefully, some centers they don't sign, but that is the only proof that you wrote the exam, remember. And go home, eat and sleep well, and then wake up by around 10 o'clock and base will release the answer keys by around 10 o'clock. Right? And you will do fabulously well, dear students, and all the best to you. The blessings of the universe is with you, and it's going to be so great. Okay, now let me just check. I think some of you might have sent some questions to the teachers, and then it might have come through the HODs. Let me just check. Yes, we have a question. There is no place. Okay, so the new admit card does not have place for the parent signature. Just don't worry about it. Absolutely don't worry about it. Okay, in case the admit card does not have place for parent signature, do not worry about it at all, right? Because they make small changes in these admit card details every year. That's why I gave you the instructions as per the previous one. So dear students, whatever presentation I have, I will make the changes with respect to the new admit card, and I will send a PDF to the HODs and they will send it across to you for the groups. Absolutely. You write the roll number or application number in the OMR sheet. So there it will say roll number. So when it says roll number, you write the roll number, because this year for any impersonation issues, if they also add application number, they will mention it specifically. If it says application number, you write application number. If it says roll number, you write roll number. If both are there, you write both separately. Okay, that was another question which was there. Right? Any other question? Okay, there is another question. Okay, parent signature I'm clarifying. So the new admit card does not have the parent signature. So absolutely do not worry about it. Okay, perfect. Yes. Okay, yes, no parent signature this time on the admit card. I think that's perfect. Okay. Um, any other doubt? Yeah, I think that's it. Right. So, thank you, dear students. Thank you, dear parents. So I'll repeat again, the new admit card does not have any place for the parent signature. So let's just avoid that. I will modify that in my presentation, and I'm going to send the PDF of the presentation so that those who could not join in today because of network issues, etc., they can go through the instructions. Whatever instructions I have is going to be based on the information booklet and from previous experiences itself. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a wonderful week and a lovely Sunday. Okay, May 3rd. Thank you so much. Thank you.